Happy Halloween, Fig Fam. If you can't tell, my Halloween costume this year is none other than the greatest of all time, John Cena. And we are here to actually see some wrestling figure news and reveals of this week. And trust me when I say there is a lot and there's a lot of good stuff. So we're going to get right into it. Starting off last week, I teased that the heelbrand.com website was dropping. And it dropped, and I'm going to show you real quick some of the merch that we put up there. We got sweats, we got beanies, we got baseball caps and flex fits. We've got all kinds of t-shirts, and we've even got a bunch of different hoodies embroidered and printed. Great prices on these, great quality items. These are not cheap, lightweight items. These are nice quality stuff. Wasn't happy with PWTs, so this is what we do now. And honestly, I am blown away by everything. So shout out to everybody who helped make this happen. Heelbrand.com is live. Be the heel. Now, Latuni showed off this. They put their Antonio Inoki, which is going to be shipping soon, right next to one of the new WWE Mattel LJN Hulk Hogan's on a black card. And it looks pretty good side by side. Clearly, you can tell that Antonio Inoki is larger than that of the WWE superstars. Easy for me to pass on these, but side by side, it's nice to see that the carding is the same size. But easy pass for me. They also showed off some artwork for the poster of the upcoming Nature Boy, which I think is pretty awesome. And last week, we showed off the back of Title Run Toys, and it had some silhouettes of some upcoming figures. And I said, who do you think one of them is going to be? I knew who it was, but I want to see if anybody else said it. Nobody else guessed it, but it was Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. And honestly, I think this is really cool. Huge fan of WCW era enhancement talent and, lower mid-card guys, which is pretty cool. Stoked about this. This is a must-get for me. I love deep cuts. I love guys who've never gotten figures before, so I will be picking this one up. We also saw the new Matt Maniacs British Bulldog and Dynamite Kid of the British Bulldogs. We got Davey Boy Smith there. Very, very cool. And I believe there is going to be another addition to this two-pack, and maybe even two new additions to this two-pack. So stay tuned for that. These look great. I'm loving this Matt Maniacs line, and I can't wait to see it expand. Now, KWK showed off some unpainted factory samples of the upcoming Kato, which looks really great. Check out the mask. A lot of great detail there. This is a 3D print, I believe. Love the detail in the belt, everything. Plus, he's a puncher, which is a huge grab for me. I love the punchers. Back of the mask looks great. Look at all the creasing in there. Some nice nuances in the details. I love it. And then we saw these, both of them side by side. And honestly, I think they look great. Pat Tanaka and Kato, the Orient Express. And then they asked, would anybody be interested in a fantasy version of these figures, but in the white gis with the black belts? And although they never wore these, I do think these look very, very good. And I'm curious if a retailer picks them up. I believe they're shooting for about 250 pieces of these. So they will be super limited, just like the usual, I think, variant C is what they call them. I love this, so I'm curious if anybody's going to be on board for this. Now, we also saw carded samples of the upcoming WrestleFeds British Bulldogs. As you can see, we got three different variations here. We've got the blue and red there. We've got the bulldog pants over next to it with the paw prints on the gauntlets, which I love. And then we have what I would say is probably like a more definitive Davy, is the bulldog on the right leg. So I think these look great. I do. Honestly, might be one of the best executions of a Hasbro card, too. They really nailed it with these. So shout out to WrestleFeds. Curious, how this is all going to go. I do know that they have Tatanka coming as well, which is pretty cool. Can't wait to see that. Then Hastel Toys showed off some upcoming figures. We saw a mock-up sample, carded sample of the Heath figure. I got kids, which we all love that shirt, right? Looks pretty good. I think the hair color is a little bit off, but I love that he has all of his tattoos, which is a nice touch. And this, blown away by this. If you don't know who this is Cheryl Roberts. So Cheryl Roberts definitely made some appearances in the WWF back in the 90s, and for good reason, right? So I'm very curious to see if we get multiple different versions of this. Stoked about it. She's been doing the rounds with Jake, so I think it's great that she's gonna have a figure to sign as well. So shout out to Hastel Toy, but check this out. Ready? We saw the Regium Raven, and it looks awesome. I love this. I totally dig this. He's got the flannel wrapped around his waist. It doesn't look like it connects, which is a little bit of a bummer. But I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because we're gonna be taking it on and off, doing all those things. It has all of his tattoos. I can't tell by the shirt, but it looks like an authentic shirt that he wore. But the likeness is there. I think these are going to look really cool. I do know that the Regiums are coming very soon and they're being packaged now at the factory. So get excited for the Regium collection. And then continuing on with some KWK news, we have Bull Nakano. Bull Nakano on card, and it looks excellent. It looks excellent, man. Look at all those colors. This might be one of their top releases. She has the nunchucks in the left hand, the clothesline action. Then we have the gold variant with the gold hair pointed up. Looks even better. Clean paint apps on those lines, which sometimes is not as easy as it sounds. And then we got the red cheetah print over here, which I think looks great. The J&J Figures exclusive, limited to 200. These are always my favorite because they are numbered on the foot. Love the green hair too. So we have three different versions of Bull Nakano, and dare I say, all are necessary. Blue hair, gold hair, and green hair. Let's go, KWK. And they didn't stop there because they showed off their next drop, which is going to be Dory Funk Jr. in a couple different variations. Now, here's the thing. You might be looking at this and people say, the torso is crooked. The hair looks awful. Guys, this is a quick, like 3D printed, hand painted prototype. Hand painted prototypes never look perfect, right? Because they're just thrown together. These are not actually assembled in the factory, in production, I should say. So there it has the chest hair, stomach hair, which is a nice touch, right? The cowboy hat, I was a little bit nervous because it was wide, but when it's on, it actually looks pretty good. I love the boots, the black and red on this red variant. And he comes with the first ever KWK championship. So there are going to be a few different versions, as you can see. We got light blue, red, and then dark blue. The dark blue comes with a lasso, which was interesting. But there he is with the hat on. And honestly, I don't think it looks bad, especially when you look at pictures of Dory Funk with a hat on. It kind of did bow out at the top. So I am stoked for this, stoked for the new championship, that NWA looking championship. Very, very cool. And then our friends over at Zombie Sailor Toys dropped this. Radioactive Larry. I already got mine in. It glows in the dark. It's awesome. The card is small. I should have actually brought it with me while we're filming this to show off, but it is great. Glows in the dark. Authentic action figure from Zombie Sailor Toys, Wrestling's Heels and Faces. Unique carding, and this is licensed by CM Punk himself. He was promoting it with Zombie Sailor, me. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Check this out. That's kind of what he would look like when he's glowing. So I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark figures, so I had to get it. $14.99, as well as Hannibal Lecter and Danhausen in the Midsummer May Queen crown. So those are all on zombieseller.com right now, as well as Heels and Faces Series 5. So get over there and pick them up before they sell out, because I know that they are limited. Next, I'm stoked about this. FC Toys finally announced, we knew it was coming, their collaboration with Psychopathic Records. And I am a huge lifelong Juggalo, believe it or not. Grew up on Insane Clown Posse pre-WWF, and this is huge. We have the amazing Jekyll Brothers era, Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. They each have their Hatchet Man charm. We've got both of them in Jack Jekyll shirts. I wish one was Jake, but it is what it is. Like that they have their tattoos. I think the head sculpts are awesome. Some people were saying these were going to be bone-crushing wrestlers, but they are not. They didn't even look like it in the silhouette, so I didn't understand why people thought that. These are clearly going to be retro style, and they said they're going to be doing these from multiple eras of their career, not just in the ring, but also on stage. And if that's the case, I need Riddle Box. I need Riddle Box era retros ASAP. That was my favorite ICP album, still is to this day. Obviously, I think a lot of people like Great Malenko. I love AJB, but Riddle Box will always be my number one. So let's get some Riddle Box ICP figures. Very, very cool. Congrats to Figure Collections. Get over there and check out their other figures to offer. Figurecollections.com. Use code FIGHEAL to save 10%. And then I love this. Matt Cardona was at Mance Warner and Steph DeLander's wedding, and these were the wedding favors. Check that out. Everybody got a set of the wedding edition micro brawlers of Steph DeLander and Mance Warner in their wedding getup. I want to do this for my wedding, right? Matt and Chelsea did it, and now Mance and Steph. I think it's a must, right? It's so cool if you're a figure guy. This is a great way to commemorate. So happy for Steph and Mance. Congrats to them. And then we also saw this. Somebody found this at Target. I've only seen one person find it so far, but it's the new pay-per-view limited edition full gear Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland. Very cool. He's got the gritted teeth head sculpt, all of his tattoos, comes the full gear chair. These pay-per-view figures are not that exciting in my opinion, but I do like to collect them all. I passed on the Orange Cassidy and Luchasaurus because I thought that they were going to be plentiful, and then I never saw them again. So first time I see this, I am picking it up. I am not getting FOMO again. But that's not where AEW stops. No, because shopaew.com just dropped a special Halloween 2-week pre-order for this. Adam Copeland is joining the Big Rubber Guys line, and he's coming with the TNT Championship in his red gear, which is very, very cool, man. I think it's awesome. The Brood style gear with the Brood on each side of the tights. I mean, I love this. Check out the sculpted hair. Check out the tattoos, but then check out this because there's going to be a 1 of 250. That's right. Only 250 of these are going to be made Chase variant with the face paint. Dude, look at that. That grindhouse style gear. I love this. I had to order 2 of these just for the chance to get a Chase, right? I needed the chance at getting a Chase. This is epic. So I'm hoping that I can actually pull one because I'm so excited for this, dude. Get over to shopaew.com and pick yours up today. We got a few more things, guys. This popped up on Amazon. The Money in the Bank Mega Mystery Pack. Now, I don't really know what's inside. They give us a little clue, right? It's got a thumb wrestler ring. It's got an exclusive slap band. It's got exclusive thumb wrestlers. That Jey Uso is not an exclusive, but the John Cena definitely is. So I'm curious. $30. I don't know who in their right mind would spend $30 on this, but I bought one, so I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this thing. It came in. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. But I am going to be doing an unboxing of this on the channel, so stay tuned for that, probably next week. Also, check this out. Coming to the Arcade Classics, we have the Steel Cage Challenge Mini Arcade Cabinet, which is pretty cool. I believe these are $30 from Basic Fun. And then this was pretty big news. Playmobil announced that they're collaborating and doing a line of WWE style figures in their form factor. And the first 4 coming out in June 2026 are going to be Roman Reigns, complete with his tattoos and Ulafala. Hulk Hogan, complete with a very strange type of hairpiece for Hulk Hogan there. But he does have the Hulk Rules shirt, so we got to give it to him. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes with what appears to be a removable entrance jacket and removable belt there, which is pretty interesting. I'm looking at it, trying to figure out how that would come off. Maybe it's attached to the jacket. And then Rhea Ripley right there with her leg tats. Very, very cool, man. Listen, I didn't grow up on Playmobil stuff, but I will be picking these up. I will be picking these up because I think this is a pretty big deal. And people were saying like, oh, why did WWE choose Playmobil and not Lego? It doesn't work that way. WWE is not reaching out to these companies to make products of them, all right? These companies are reaching out to WWE, and the negotiations happen. Who knows? Maybe Lego hasn't reached out to them. Maybe they're not willing to pay the royalty that WWE is looking for, the licensing fee. So we shall see. But I always wanted Legos as well, but Hasn't happened yet. Do I think it'll happen one day? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, and it's going to make them a lot of money, and I bet you it'll be a very long-standing partnership. So I do believe Lego WWE is coming. Now, these started popping up around the country. We have the new Greatest Hits Legends Series 3, and they are going to be on end cap shippers, $22.99 each. We got Red Rooster, we got Virgil, we've got, I was going to say Red Robin, by the way, because I just have food on my mind right now. I can't stop thinking about it. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Dusty Rhodes and his son, Cody Rhodes, who is also the Chase in the purple. So I have been all over my area. I cannot find these anywhere. So it is what it is, I guess. I'm hoping I get them because these greatest hits, they don't last long. It's usually like one shipment and that's it, at least in my area. Then our friend Action Figure Attack, Steve Ozer and Magic Olmas was on the Fig Guys podcast. Love the Fig Guys. They asked me if I could shoot a video for it to say happy birthday to Magic. I said, absolutely. I love Magic. I love Steve. These guys are great. And they always go on there showing off some upcoming figures. So here is the upcoming From the Vault 6. I was going to say X-Pac, but it's not X-Pac. It's 6. They also showed off the From the Vault updated Hogan with the tan, new joints. Looks really good. Look at that, man. Awesome. Very, very cool, man. I think I do have to pick up this Hogan for sure. And then Magic showed off the upcoming Penta. Hard to see, I know, but you can tell that this figure is going to be an absolute freaking banger. And then Steve showed off the upcoming PLE Ultimate Editions that are exclusive to Amazon. I believe the first one is going to be this Shawn Michaels Royal Rumble. The second is going to be The Rock from WrestleMania 40. But he noted that the packaging is going to have the event-specific logo. As you can see, that's the 1995 Royal Rumble logo, and then it's going to have the date under it, so you can kind of keep these in sequential order, which I think, as a mint-on-card collector, is huge. So very, very cool. Love the black packaging as well. And then our friends over at Ringside Collectibles also dropped some new pre-orders, and we're going to take a look at those. We got Elite Collection 123 up for pre-order. Axe, Smash, Nikki Bella, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, and the Great Khali. We also have Elite 124, which I'm excited about. We got CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, Jey Uso, Lyra Valkyria's first Elite, and then Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin's first WWE figures. So this is huge. I really thought they were going to do these guys in battle packs first. I'm glad they didn't. And then they announced that they were going to be getting Elites at San Diego Comic-Con. Huge. And here they are in Elite Series 124. Also, the Best of Ultimate Edition 7 is also up, which is going to have the AJ Styles and Undertaker that we saw on display at San Diego Comic-Con, as well as that Cody Rhodes that I said was going to be in the Umaga and Dominic Mysterio set. So I don't know if it was always planned for Best of 7 and then we got wrong information, or if they pivoted and moved him to the Best of Ultimates. So people are asking how. I believe this is probably just going to be using a lot of the same molds and pieces that are in the Brandy Rhodes 2-pack, and then they'll probably just repaint it. So dig it, dig it, dig it. And last but not least, Main Event Series 163 is going to have Trish Stratus, Penta, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and Randy Orton. So a pretty star-studded pack, another set that we did see at San Diego Comic-Con. So a lot of cool stuff to get excited for, guys. So hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Fig Heel. Twitter is at The Fig Heel. Pick up the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, available now on Amazon.com. Also, pick up a shirt over at HeelBrand.com. Help support the channel, and we will see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for joining. Peace. Happy Halloween. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE, Mattel, AEW, Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need Fig Heel's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 7,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With figure photography by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Full-color paperback and hardcover editions available now at HeelBooks.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeal. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeal. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHeal.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.